What's up, everyone? It is Colin C. back from the Crypto Boys, and do I have a great episode for you today? Today, we're simply going to talk about the market, the state of it, where it's going. Obviously, Bitcoin is crashing, and all the altcoins are crashing. And I just want to give my opinion. I want to come on here and give some ideas of why I think of what's going on, what's going to happen in the future. I'm still bullish as can be, and I think it's something that this is something we're going to go through continually until we finally turn this over to the bulls and they take control. All right, guys, stick around. I think you're going to like what I got for you. All right, so I want to pop over to CoinMarketCap just really quick because I do want to at least look at where we're sitting market cap wise. 1.8 trillion. Obviously, we've been down to about that 1.5 trillion mark, which is almost exactly 50% off of the crypto market from its all-time high back to about 3 trillion back in November, I want to say. Here's the things that I'm looking at. Obviously, you see Bitcoin right now under 40,000, that 39,000 mark. And one thing I think is that even psychologically, actually just popped up to over 40, but psychologically, you're going to see buyers come in under the 40K, just like we did last time and the previous times before that. Now, here's my big thing about where I think the market's heading and what I think's happening is that I think some of it is obviously going to be with the micro or the macro issues going on even in the world right now. We still got that war going on, and I know that it's kind of pumped in the market by now, but though still bad news coming out with that. Now you've got China going into extended lockdowns. Let's go ahead and jump into an article with that really quick. As you can see here, Shanghai to ease lockdowns despite the surge in COVID cases. Here's the thing, you got to read this stuff. Really easing lockdowns, you have to have like no cases for 2 weeks. And here's really, you guys can read all this stuff. I don't want to waste your time. I want to get this done quickly. China number of coronavirus cases. This chart is really, I think, says it all. Almost nothing for a year and a half, almost even 2 years, very small. And now look at this, because what China did was they completely shut everything down. You literally couldn't do anything the last 2 years, basically. And I mean, barely even were able to have the Olympics. So I think, in my opinion, they probably missed a bunch of the surges, and none of their people have gotten it, and now it's going to come back and it's going to start surging through there. At least that's what seems to be happening. I've seen a lot of people talk about it, but who knows? I don't even want to get into it. I just know it's surging from the clear evidence of this chart and them locking back down, and I think that has something to do with the markets for sure, because you never know how long they're going to be going down for or whatever it may be. And hopefully they get through that pretty quickly, because I think that's got something to do with the markets today. But obviously you can make up your own judgment about that, so I'll leave that out to you guys. But more than anything else, what I wanted to jump into here is kind of TradingView. So what I think about TradingView is I still think on a macro level, we still have pretty good data going forward that says we're still in a bull market. So if we retrace back to that bear market of 2018, 2017, now stick with me here a little bit. Here's kind of the top here at about that 20K mark. So let's see here. So yeah, we're right at about that 20K mark here back in right at December of 2017. And now you can see what happens if I get this draw out here is that we continually start hitting lower lows throughout the entire time we're going through this bear run. Am I right? So lower lows pretty much the whole time, and we're setting lower highs as well. So you can see all of this going on, and there's about 10 of them really. I counted about 10 of them last time I went through it. But when we jump over to right now, what's happening in this price action where we're just at about 40K is that we're still setting in the last few months or so, really still setting higher lows. I mean, you can still see on a macro sense that this is still pretty bullish for what we have going on in a macro sense, I think. So when you see that, that's not typically indicated or indicative of a bear market, is you're not going to see price action like this. Now, of course, it can drop further, and let me erase this. And what I think going forward, especially right now when we're touching that 40K or just under that 40K mark, I think we're probably going to see us drop to about that 37.5, maybe even 36.5 I could see. And then that's when I kind of expect that next big bounce up. Really what we've had is it's been touching 32K and 34K. I think about 36.5 is probably where we're going to fall to, and then we need to make some decisions. Is the buying pressure going to be enough to send this market back up? That's ultimately what's going to decide what happens. What's on the order books, what's not on the order books, who's selling, what's shorting, all that stuff is going to come into play. And I mean, some leverage is going to come into play as well. Here's my big thing though. The or the bulls have truly come in when they see the price low enough and they've pushed it back up very quickly. If you even just look at the chart, just it's simply put, you can see whenever it hits these kind of really low lows down here, you can see these I mean, it just fires right back up in pretty quick manner, and that has happened over and over and over again. So where is this going to happen? Where is this going to lead to? I don't know, but I see it probably going around that maybe even 37-ish K mark, and then that's when I think we'll make another run up. And here's the thing. I'm not like the Mr. Hopium. Do I still think we're in a bull market? Absolutely, 100%. I think on a macro level, that's an easy thing to come to the realization of that. And obviously, Joe disagrees with me, and that's completely fine. He could be right too. But I don't see us with the price action that's happening with Bitcoin right now, flatlining or doing this crab market and setting these, higher lows and keep moving in a pretty decent direction, and then just flatlining and falling way down into a year and a half long, just dead, barren bear market. I don't see that happening right now, not with the price action that's happening. We're still buying over here at the Crypto Boys. We're actually waiting. We just put a pretty big order in on 2 cryptos. We'll let you know what those are at. It's going to be about the 38K mark is where we want to hit both of those. But we have 2 buy orders in. We put them in today, and we think it's going to go pretty well. We'll update you guys tomorrow with those orders that we have put in. But again, we're still buying. We're still bullish, I think, overall. And Joe is too. It's long term for us. Like, you have got to ask yourself, well, how long are you getting in for? What are you getting in for? What are you buying? Again, we always have that 4-year rule that if you're not getting in for 4 years, it's probably not worth your time. Go put your money into something else, because I don't know if crypto's for you. All right, guys, I want to wrap this video up pretty quickly. Like I said, just a quick update. I wanted to jump on here, give you my thoughts of it. But going even over the short term, I really think we're probably going to go a little bit sideways, have these pumps up, these kind of dead cat little bounces up, and then we're going to come back down. I see that even through maybe mid-June, maybe even July. And then I really think mid to end of summer is when we're going to start our climb back to all-time highs. Like I've said it before, I'll say it again. We're going to hit, in my opinion, not financial advice, all-time highs for Bitcoin in 2022, and I think probably most of our altcoins are beat down right now. They are on an absolute fire sale. As long as you're willing to hold, and as long as you're willing to trust in the reason why you got in the market, and you didn't put in a whole bunch of money that you're not willing to lose, you're going to be completely fine. You need to calm down. You need to go have yourself a nice little drink after work, realize that these days are going to happen. The volatility is going to spike. The news out there is terrible right now. Everything's going bad with, in a macro sense of the news. Obviously, in the Bitcoin and the crypto world, it's going pretty well with Bitcoin Miami and that, which has never pumped the market. I don't know why people keep saying that it has, but it really hasn't done much for the market. And other things like that, with $600 million between Luna and MicroStrategy bought over the weekend, Thursday to Sunday over the weekend. So a lot of good things happening out there in the market. If you're getting into crypto for the right reasons, and most people are, then you know that you're about to make a ton of money at some point in time. And I think good things are going to happen, guys. I really do. I'm still bullish. I mean, these are very simple indicators that everybody can see. Everybody can look at and say, wow, that actually makes good sense. I can see where that's happening. I can also see why it's going down. Now, it could go down and it could retest that 30K mark, but the buying pressure at 32,000, like we saw last time when it hit that, was insane. Do you really think it's going to go lower than that? I mean, I just don't think so. I don't see it. I mean, it's a pretty sure bet. Even when you look at the RSI over here, how low that is right now. Now, it could continue down, no doubt, but I don't see it going too much lower. I see some real whales and some more buying coming in. Who knows when that's going to happen? We could go sideways here for another couple weeks. Who knows what? But I just don't see anything that's not bullish from the charts in a macro sense. All right, guys. So that's all I got for you. I wanted to get on here, spew some facts that I saw going and which way I see the market going just really quickly. Other than that, guys, like the video, maybe even subscribe to the channel if you would. And as always, we appreciate you rocking with the fittest crypto channel on YouTube. I'm out.